Joe fans, I'm JoeFan82, and today I am doing a little overview of G.I. Joe Classified Wave 1. I already have individual video reviews for Duke and Roadblock on the channel. If you missed those, I'll put links in the description for this video so you can check those out. But since then, I finally received my pre-order that I did way back in April with Big Bad Toy Store, and I got the full wave here. So Scarlett, Snake Eyes, and Destro join the other two, and overall I just want to say this is a solid first wave of figures. I think overall they really did a good job. Hasbro did a good job, and let me just go over these three individually and let you know what I think. Let's start with Scarlett. Scarlett was the one that I was least looking forward to out of the bunch, and for me she's the weakest. She is a solid figure, solid sculpt. I like the head sculpt and the hair. Overall, with 6-inch figures, you really get nice detail in hair. The part that falls short for me with her is the paint scheme that they used. She does have that gold that seems to be a problem with a lot of fans, but I think for her there's just too much going on, too many colors, and it's a little bit distracting. I can understand this appealing to sort of the video game crowd. That might work for them, but for me it's a little bit too much. I think she would have done better if they dialed it back a little bit. She is nicely articulated. I know G.I. Joe has a history of not doing female figures well. If you look at the vintage line, the few that were released there, and since then it's been hit or miss with the quality for female figures. As far as quality, sculpt, articulation, and all that goes, she is well done. I've seen some customizers out there change her look with as far as the paint goes, and for me those actually kind of look a little better than what the official release from Hasbro. But she's got a couple of good accessories. She does not hold everything that she comes with. She has 3 knives. 2 of them don't have a real place to live. One issue with her accessories, so she has this backpack which looks like it has a cavity there to put in arrows. We can see the bottom of the arrows in the sculpt, but she doesn't come with any arrows. So it seems like maybe at one point she was supposed to, and they abandoned that. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. She does come with her signature crossbow, and it's in black plastic, which is good. And it could have done with some more details, but if you're not going to have multiple paint apps on an accessory, I prefer it to be a darker color, like black is good. Moving on to Snake Eyes. He is in all black with some spots of gray. He is nicely done. I've seen some people have an issue with a little bit of a wobble on the torso. Mine does have a little bit, but not as bad as I've seen others. And a couple issues with him. So the Arashikage symbol is linked with Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. We all know this, the fans know this, but that doesn't mean we need to put it multiple places on the figure. I think they went a little too far with putting the symbol too many places. I think it should go one place on the figure or an accessory, and that's it. We don't need it everywhere. So dial that back a little bit, I think, for future figures, if they want my opinion. Very nice sculpt. I love the sculpt on this. Love the detail. This is not my personal preference for Snake Eyes. This version is a little armored up. You can see on his arms, his shoulders, even his face mask a little bit. So for me, I would prefer a little more scaled down as far as the armor. Nice accessories. This retail version does not come with his signature Uzi. That came with the exclusive Snake Eyes that was available on Hasbro Pulse. So this one does not have that, but he does have a nice sword. He has a little futuristic gun, a pistol that fits in a holster on his side pretty well. And overall, it's a nice figure. Just a couple little issues. Oh, and the other thing was, so he has this sheath on his thigh for his knife, and I've heard this from other people. The sheath does not hold the knife. The knife does not go all the way in. It only goes in about halfway. So that seems like there was a issue with the factory or somewhere where that did not get molded correctly for the final production. So that's an issue. That should, I think they will recognize that going forward and hopefully do maybe a better job with the QC on that. I know some people were complaining about Duke's bandolier not having grenades. Well, Snake Eyes has grenades on his. So there you go. But he is all black and looks pretty good. Looks very good. You can't have G.I. Joe without a villain, and this group has Destro. This is an excellent figure, solidly built, excellent sculpt, great face sculpt. You notice the detail in the eyes. You can see his pupils there. He's got a movable chain with a jewel on it. They've updated his collar here. So on the vintage, I think it was more like a fashion choice. And here they've made it so that's sort of like armor around his neck, which is a really cool update. And he's just has the overall aesthetic of the vintage character, and it looks great. They didn't really change too much with him. They didn't need to. He looks fantastic. Articulation is great. He does have butterfly joints, but I didn't get too much motion out of those. Other than that, I really have no issues with Destro. He is awesome. So overall, I really like this first wave. Probably my favorites out of this group are Duke. Surprisingly, I wasn't looking forward to Duke. He wasn't at the top of my list. I'm not a huge Duke fan, but this is a great figure, and Destro is a great figure. Snake Eyes had a couple issues. I do have the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Snake Eyes coming, and I will be reviewing that and comparing that version to this retail one, so stay tuned for that. And overall, I give this group a 2 thumbs up, a solid A 8.5 out of 10. It's a good group. So that's what I think, but I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys have these figures? Have you been able to find them? Have you pre-ordered them and are still waiting? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.